Okay, let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to try, and this is a second impression, I've used this a little bit. You wouldn't think so because half of it is missing. But this is the Primark PS Instagirl No Filter Priming Oil, and it's £5. I've literally lost £2.50 of product, which is irritating. But I did like the look of it, and according to the ingredients it's filled with like a bunch of different oils, so I thought it would be cheaper to just buy this rather than try and make my own. I'm just gonna do the Instagram thing. This blends in really easily. I might have overdone it slightly. My skin is normal, but I have an oily nose, and I've colour corrected under my eyes. I haven't colour corrected anywhere else. The foundation I'm going to be using today is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Foundation, and this has hyaluronic acid in it. It says it's matte and oil free, so obviously best for oily skin, and this is in the shade Latte. Now this is not a first impressions, I have used this a couple of times now, but I've not used it on camera before. When it came out there was the most amazing reviews about this, that you know it was so full coverage and you only need a tiny amount. This is one of the most expensive foundations that I own. I think it's around the £30 mark, and you only get 20 millilitres, but you don't actually need a full pump. So it is expensive definitely, but I'm looking forward to continuing to use it. So far I really like it. I'm not a full coverage kind of girl, but on special occasions and things this is what I have been wearing because it does look really good. And then the concealers I am using today are the Colourpop No Filter concealers, and I have the shade 20 and 30 here. Never used this before, I've only swatched them, they look really good, I've heard amazing things, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then the sponge I'm going to be using is a Givenchy, yes I'm saying it right this time, the Givenchy Makeup Blender Sponge. I've already reviewed this on a video which I will leave in the card somewhere or link down below. Kind of in shock because it did not look this orange last time I wore it. I really like that applicator. Now interestingly this concealer dries down a little bit darker than when you first apply it. As you can see, it's looking a lot brighter there than there. So on top I'm going to use the shade 02. Very like lightweight formula. I don't know how I feel about that actually. It's very lightweight and it blends away easily, but I'd also say it's more of a like light to medium coverage because I almost feel like I've blended it all away, or the sponge has soaked it all up. So I'm just going to go in again with 02. Can't believe how bad that foundation looked. Oh my goodness. This time I'm going to blend it in with the Colourpop Concealer Blending Brush. Okay, I've just powdered, I put on my blusher and my bronzer, and I think that foundation, which was oil free, reacted really badly to this primer oil. There must have been an oil in here which caused it to look so orange and oxidized, because although it looks kind of peachy on the back of my hand, it does not look as orange as it looked on my face. Now I've managed to correct it with powder and I feel like it might have settled down a little bit, but I'm still a bit like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. I am going to be trying out the Colourpop Golden State of Mind eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. It's absolutely gorgeous. The only thing is it doesn't have any matte shades in here, which is fine, but it just means that I need to use another palette. So the one I have been using is the Juvia's Place one, which I've already done the first impressions video on. They swatch really beautifully, so let's see how they apply with a flat shader brush. That is really pretty. Just went in with this shade here. That would kind of be like my go-to everyday look. Just a little bit of shimmer, very nice. Now I'm going to make it a little bit more exciting though, so I'm going to use the pink shade next to that. Not bad. I mean, I can see that the colour is coming out. It's not as vibrant as I expected. I'm just gonna take whatever's left on my brush and just blend that into the crease. I'm gonna take a smaller brush, this is a Colourpop E9 brush, and I'm going to take this golden shade here at the top and liberally apply it in the inner half of my lid. See, that to me looks a lot more silver than golden, so I'm going to take the more goldeny shade in the middle row here. Doesn't look too bad. Now I want my inner corner to pop a lot more than that, so I'm going to take my Pixie Glow Mist, spritz that same brush. I'm going to pick up this middle shade here, which has got like a sort of pinky reflex running through it. The formula of these are really, really powdery, like the most powdery eyeshadows I've ever tried. That is beautiful. So using a damp brush definitely helps. Wow. Woohoo! That was super, super bright. Maybe I should just use a damp brush throughout. I'm going to use that same brush that's still damp and go back in with that gold shade and reapply. Yeah, can you guys see how much more pigmented it is on this side because of the damp brush? So if you do have this palette and you haven't tried using it with a damp brush yet, do it. You need to do it. Kind of gives it a whole new lease of life. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Right, but I can't do my lower lash line with that palette, it's just far too shimmery. So I'm going to go in with this palette again from Juvia's Place. Smudge it underneath. And then I'm going to take a little bit into my outer corner and also just add a bit more definition. The problem with the Golden State of Mind's palette is that it's very hard to just use alone, and I actually don't think it's a very good palette to use dry. Now that I've used it, I just think there's such a big difference between the colours I use damp. You can actually still see them. The other shades have kind of disappeared. So, not the biggest fan of the eyeshadow palette, but it's still usable. I got it for free. Would I buy it again if I lost the palette or I used it all up somehow? No, I wouldn't. I think there are definitely better palettes out there, but if you want some really shimmery shades that you can use and you know, you're on a bit of a budget, it's a decent enough palette. I'm gonna do my wing liner using my collection liner as usual. Using some brand new lashes today, and these are by Kiss. They're the Ritzy lashes, and these were very kindly sent to me. Now what I really like about them is they look very natural. They have like a tapered end. It just says it gives you like true volume, but they look really beautiful and fluttery and not over the top like some 3D mink false lashes can look a little bit over the top. The lash band of these lashes is so nice and thin that I think they're going to be like the most comfortable lashes I've ever tried. It looks so natural, but they obviously, as you can see from this eye to this eye, they do add some oomph, but they also don't look over the top. Well done, Kiss, you did good. These are beautiful. So moving on to highlighter, I'm going to use my Dose of Colours Desi X Katie Merame highlighter, which I have already hauled, and it looks like this. It's beautiful. I did say in my haul that it's definitely more for like slightly warm toned, deeper skinned women, but let's give it a go. Oh my goodness, how stunning. Wow. Smallest amount is all you need. Look at it, guys. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? I didn't think it would actually suit me this much. Not to sound conceited, but I thought it would look really over the top, but actually, maybe because I'm wearing a deeper colour foundation, it actually looks really nice. Oh, that's lovely. I'm just going to put a little bit above my eyebrows too, like so, and on my upper lip as well. That is absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh! I'm going to use an ASOS lip liner, and my lips are incredibly dry right now. How I feel about these? Meh. I don't think I'll be picking them up again in a hurry. They're not anything special. But I'm going to use a Dose of Colours lipstick in the shade Mocha. These lipsticks are those beautiful, stunning rose gold lipsticks, but they have a little bit of the lipstick already turned up. So I always feel slightly terrified when I open these. But yeah, this is the shade I'm using. It's nice. It's definitely more purple than I would have gone for though. I'm going to mix it with the shade Toast, which is much more of a peachy nude. And even though this lipstick colour is like totally out of my comfort zone, I'm going to leave it at that because I have gone for quite a purpley pull with this look, with my inner corner and kind of my eyes. So I'm going to leave it be. Okay, and that is the end of my first impressions, my first / second impressions of some of these products. It was a little bit of a fail. I really thought I was going to have to stop filming. I don't know how this is going to turn out because I've changed angles so many times, but the primer oil, I'm not going to be using it again with this foundation in particular. It definitely made it look a little bit deeper. I don't know what happened, but the ingredients must have reacted somehow. Now I've got my makeup on, I feel like it's settled down a lot better, but I did use the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder in medium to sort of smooth over my skin as well, which definitely helped. The eyeshadow palette is okay. It's fine if you use a damp brush, however by itself I don't think it's anything that special. They have so much better formulas than this in their single shadow range, so personally I won't be picking up an all shimmer palette from them again. The concealers, again, they're okay. I mean, I wasn't wowed by them by any means. These are nice. They apply lighter than they dry down to, and I find them to be a little bit too much of a light coverage for me personally. However, I might really like these for more of a like no makeup skin days, so I'll try them again. I might put these in my makeup bag for April and see how I get on with them in that sense, because it's really hard to like give a final judgment when you've just used a product. I can see why people like the formula, but for me personally, I'm such a picky person with concealer. I haven't been wowed by it for under the eyes, but we'll see how we get on with it later on. This foundation, now obviously like I said, this is like my third or fourth time using it and I have used it for a special occasion before. It did not look this dark when I first applied it. It definitely is a summer shade for me though. It's in the shade Latte. I could have gone a shade down, but I kind of blindly brought this online as I do with most of my makeup. So yeah, I think it works. I mean, if you look at my hands compared to my face is just a little bit warmer than my hands are at the moment, which I'm fine with. It's a summer shade for me, definitely a warmer toned shade. I really like how peachy it is, even though I tend to go more towards the yellow. I do actually like how peachy it is. The coverage is beautiful and it's like the perfect foundation if you want a really doll like finish. And I didn't even use a whole pump. I mean, it goes such a long way. The amount of pigment they packed in this is pretty incredible. So I like this. The lashes are by Kiss. They're the ritzy style lashes. They are beautiful. They are so lightweight. I'm definitely going to be using these again and again. The lash band itself was so incredibly thin that I can't feel these on at all. They're very, very comfortable. Perfect for every day. The highlighter, I am so pleasantly impressed and surprised by this. For some reason, I thought it would just look really off on me because Desi is a good deal deeper than me. Now, if I was to wear this highlighter with like a lighter foundation that matches my skin tone, maybe it would look a little bit off. However, it just looks so beautiful, and what I love about it is it doesn't look like a really harsh highlighted strip on my face. It just looks glowy and beautiful and dewy, and I can see why they were obsessed with it. I mean, I know they created the products, but they were also obsessed with them, obviously, and it was for good reason too. So massive thumbs up there. I'm going to be using Mymallbox so much more now, which I'm really pleased about. And the lipsticks, they feel beautiful on the lips. They feel so creamy and moisturising. They're not totally matte. They've obviously got a bit of a shine. Mocha, not my everyday shade at all. Definitely more cool tone than what I usually go for. But I'm not mad about it. I like to step out my comfort zone. And the lip liner is meh. I'm quite picky with my lip liners, to be honest. It doesn't really compare to the Rimmel ones or the Makeup Forever ones, so I will probably be giving this a pass in the future. And I believe that was everything new that I tried on my face today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe before you leave. I will see you in my next one. Bye!